What I want to talk about today is the lies about Palestine and the cultural stealing of what is a land of people, but was told by Theodore Herzl as a land of no people and a people of no land. And yet, at this time frame, we had bustling communities in Haifa, we had doctors, we had lawyers, we had music out here through the gramophone before it reached us in the 40s and 50s. We had bustling communities because this was historically a part of the Chinese Silk Route. We had quite a bit of stuff here that in the Western world we whitewash as if was never. Whether it's Democrat, whether it's social, we never considered these people like us, people. We consider them barbaric. And yet, at this time frame in the 1800s to 1900s, Jewish people, Christians, and Muslims all got along, all managed well. It was only when Zionism became a thing through its founder, Theodore Herzl, did we see this distancing and separation and tension between all three communities inside of the area of Palestine. Now today I'm only going to be doing a one take, and I really just wanted to start with this narrative that it's a country of no people and a people of no land. And today, we're allowing it to be destroyed. We're allowing ongoing atrocities to these people who have done nothing wrong. People who believe that these sins of the parents get carried on to the children. And yet, when Israel was founded, it was through the stealing of land, it was through military occupation that's no different than the Nazis, and that's coming from a German. 80 years later, we still have these people in tents, just different children, but their ancestors still no longer have homes. And yet, the ancestors of these people with guns still have guns. We lie about the first Intifada, and we say that we're for self-defense for ourselves. And yet, when the first Intifada was peaceful, armed resistance in defiance towards tanks and brutal occupation and brutal military rule and tie curfews and such from an opposing neighbor country, how would you feel if China did that? And yet in this case, what side did the media take? What side did the world take? This first Intifada was a means of resistance that anybody would do when suffering oppression and suffering apartheid. And yet the way we look at it today is through slander, propaganda, lies, when the true torment that suffers these people is the bombings, the occupation, with little hope for a true state of Palestine governed by Palestinians. We lie about people like Yasser Arafat, plague them out to be demons, when truthfully, they were one of the only people who care for their people. When it comes to people on a main stage, try to pretend like these things aren't happening, or that if we just turn a blind eye, it wouldn't affect us. And yet, we see this being carried out on other countries today, but that'll be for later. The second Intifada can only come after the first. And when the first one is shut down in such ways, where children are being mowed down by tanks, what do you expect from a country after that, when normal resistance, not taken to the level of severe radicalism, gets completely shut down and yet lied about on media to the other side of the world? The first Intifada justifies the second Intifada, because with people being as passive as they can be, or as lenient as they can be, and being demonstrably ostracized and called terrorists and bombed and proportionally destroyed, what do you expect from them after? To anyone who truly supports self-defense, you would never expect them to fight on their knees in these situations where you cripple everything you can. The second Intifada was started by Israel's side, but when it was started, the first Intifada and the way it was silenced only justifies trying things a different way. Because when you're throwing grenades and you're mowing down children with tanks, and you're using blackmail, and you're using weapons of sheer proportional difference to what the other side is using, just like how with the West Bank and Gaza today, There is no justification for the upwards of 1 million settlers in Israel. There is no justification for the 800 checkpoints, for the settler villages being built on a hilltop. Justification for a place to watch bombings go on through telescopes, like a tourist spot, like Sederot Hill. What is the sin of these people who have to suffer these crimes? Why do these people have to be pushed around, harassed, as if they've done something wrong, just trying to go from point A to point B, smacked around, daily rage being expressed on the Palestinians? And so when people ask me why I support Palestine and why I support the other side, it's because I support what's right, and I am an empath at heart. When we have situations like this right here, the way we treat people who are running for food, what side do you expect me to stand on? You see people being corralled from apartment building. It's in the or at night. Innocent people being shot. These things not one-off occurring.
المرة مطخة. المرة مطخت المرة. ولاد الحرام طخوا المرة. ما حدش يطلع في الشارع. يابا تعال هان تعال هان.
تعالوا شوفوا يا اولاد الكلب وين هالمرة.
هيها يا ولا اهرب.
Just this week, right here, we had the person burning in Ramallah, lit on fire by the IDF, setting a Palestinian teenager on fire. How abhorrent can you be to do that?
حرام غطا هات غطا
The West Bank, illegal settlers lining up rocks, hundreds of settlers, dozens of settlers lining up rocks on roads so ambulances can't get there. When you see these people like this who want pity,
come with me. I want to show you something. Look at this. Look at this. This is the face of evil. This is the Iranian regime, ballistic terror. This can now happen in Rome.
Your prime minister is a wanted war criminal. You don't have the moral high ground here at all.
This is a war crime. This is a war crime, targeting civilians, and the Iranian regime is targeting not only us in Israel, they are targeting the entire region.
What about the 100 or so schoolgirls in Iran that are...
tense. Lebanon, right now.
كما تشاهدون الآن الغارة الثالثة على نفس المكان الذي ألقى عليه العدو الصهيوني صاروخين ولم تنفجر ولم تسقط هذه المبنى. الغارة الثالثة هذا هو
they're doing right now in Lebanon is no different than what they're crying for pity for. Through destruction, apartments, whole. Brutality only justifies resistance. Disgusting, abhorrent ways we You have things like this, which you've already seen in the West Bank, and now we're seeing it in Lebanon.
المفروض سخرت عليها شلوم موجدة لمشيها مسكينة بتنا ترى أنا نسيو بلح خلاص أنت موتي أسوي لي هون كذا ودكتور بمدينة إسرائيل.
No remorse to me. I have no pity for those people for whatever happens. Because the gravity of what they're doing, the gravity of what they side with, far too evil.